Young lady, mistakes happen.
I did 300K my mom's house, my car, Lyanna car, my car, 2 boats. That's just 2 boats. That is 635K, yeah.
Long before the bankruptcy rumors started circling, Travis Hunter was flexing online like the money faucet would never shut off. But now, Stephen A. Smith has stepped in, blasting those same flashy stunts as pure reckless spending. And while it's his wife's recent scandal that's dragging the story into headlines, Stephen A. made it clear the responsibility for this downfall lands squarely on Travis.
I have is with Travis Hunter. What in God's name would make you think that that's a good thing?
She's still young, mistakes happen, Stephen A. said. But the bigger question remains, what really triggered Travis Hunter's financial meltdown, and how deep is his wife's role in it? Let's break it down. The so-called Heisman hero's empire is collapsing fast. Travis Hunter, the Jacksonville Jaguars' prized pick, a 22-year-old two-way phenom drafted 2nd overall in 2025, wasn't just another athlete, he was a once-in-a-generation talent, dominating as both wide receiver and cornerback at Colorado, something the sport hadn't seen since Charles Woodson in '97. But while Hunter was rewriting history on the field, the storm clouds off it were only getting darker.
Leave that about Lyanna 1 second. And I don't want to hear anything about anything that she may have done years ago. She's a young lady. Come on, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't some seasoned grown woman who's experienced and living her life and, you know, manipulating things. And she's a young lady.
Heisman glory in December 2024, a massive rookie contract for years. $40.65 million, with a jaw-dropping $30.6 million signing bonus. On paper, life should have been secure, but instead of stability, chaos followed on. Right at the center was his wife, Lyanna Nay, her controversies, her reported demands, and a spending spree that burned through cash like wildfire left Travis's fortune drying up faster than a desert summer. And when Stephen A., a man known for pulling no punches, starts tearing apart your marriage and money moves on national TV, you know the situation is spiraling.
The National Football League. That's what you're about to do. You're about to get paid. In my eyes, this should be your most selfish time. You need to think about the people that you're involving in your life.
At first, it might have seemed like Stephen A. was sticking up for the couple. But make no mistake, he's been one of Hunter's sharpest critics, especially over one shocking choice: marrying without a prenup. From day one, the red flags were waving. A young star suddenly swimming in millions, yet with no legal protection. Reports say Travis and Lyanna tied the knot in May 2025, with zero prenup on the table. Analysts were stunned. Imagine going from broke college kid to instant millionaire, then gambling half your fortune because you skipped the paperwork? And that was only the beginning. Once the NFL checks cleared, the couple went on a spending spree that stunned even veteran players. Reports claim Hunter blew close to $600,000 on luxury cars just for her, including a custom black Mercedes-AMG 63 Brabus, $800 worth over $200,000, unveiled dramatically at their wedding reception.
Called. I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. And once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was gonna do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him.
Next came the jaw-dropping splurge, a $3.2 million mansion inside a gated Jacksonville community. 7 bedrooms, a tennis court, 4-car garage, pool, and 7.5 acres of land. Straight out of a Hollywood movie. Add on a $100,000 engagement ring, a $20,000 Turks and Caicos honeymoon, and non-stop luxury gifts. Financial experts were practically tearing their hair out. And Stephen A. Smith, he's been relentless. Across multiple shows, he's hammered one point: sudden wealth will eat an athlete alive if they don't respect it. In his eyes, Travis Hunter is the perfect cautionary tale. The alarms were blaring from day one. A top divorce attorney, James Stone, even made headlines offering free prenups to the entire 2025 draft class, and he used Hunter's marriage as the ultimate warning sign.
Over here exposed the fact that Travis Hunter's girlfriend worked at a strip club, but in what capacity? Was she a stripper, or did she?
But then came the smoke from the internet. Lyanna's motives were put under a microscope. Fans labeled her a straight-up gold digger. They pointed at the $sign tattoo on her ring finger, the way she allegedly ignored Travis until his football career took off, and just how comfortable she looked dripping in designer gifts. And when you add it all up, the numbers are insane. Travis admitted himself he burned through $635,000 almost immediately. $300,000 went into a house for his mom, $250,000 on cars for him and Lyanna, nearly $80,000 on boats.
They expected her to do.
I don't have to decide I know I don't have to defend myself with no clowns. I'm not defending myself. I'm defending my girl. Cause she's not gonna get on here and talk. She just hurt. You know, she upstairs. She been crying all day. You know, cause people trying to attack her character. Like, they don't know her. They ain't never talked to her before. So I'm gonna protect.
And that's not even touching the endless extras flying out of his accounts. The harsh truth? Travis wasn't a seasoned NFL vet with guaranteed contracts. He hadn't played a single pro snap yet. Every dollar came from future money that could vanish with one injury or one bad season. Stephen A. knows this game better than anyone, and he didn't sugarcoat it. These weren't just careless purchases, they were dangerous patterns. He warned about the sharks that circle young stars, about how reckless spending can chain you down. And in Travis's case, trying to keep up with Lyanna's lifestyle was becoming that heavy chain. Disaster wasn't creeping, it was racing toward him like a freight train with no brakes. By December 24, it all boiled over. On December 14th, Travis won the Heisman Trophy, the first wide receiver in decades. The first true two-way player since Charles Woodson. It should have been the pinnacle of his career. Instead, it lit the fuse, because that same night, live on camera, the first red flag flashed in front of the world.
Pray for my man Travis Hunter. There's rumors that his current girl is pregnant, but you know that's only rumors. It came out a month ago. People saying that their wedding, she seemed like she had a baby.
When Travis's name was announced for the Heisman, Lyanna's reaction said it all. She barely stood, only moving after Deion Sanders nudged her, and the clip went viral in seconds. Viewers claimed she looked more annoyed than proud, and the internet feasted on it. Days later, the situation turned uglier. Old photos and videos began resurfacing, painting a very different picture than the supportive girlfriend image she had been pushing. Then came the bombshell. A YouTuber released a video alleging Lyanna had worked as a stripper in Atlanta at just 18 or 19, the so-called receipts. Linked her to clubs where you had to be 21, even 2. Bartend, meaning her story about just bartending didn't add up. The fallout was immediate. In today's NFL, endorsements are everything. Brands worth millions don't play around when drama gets messy. Companies that had been circling Hunter for sponsorship deals backed out quickly, not wanting their image tied to scandal. And this was only the beginning. The avalanche of dirt on Lyanna was just getting started.
On my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another.
Then came the true bombshells. Clips began spreading online that allegedly showed Lyanna in compromising situations with other men. Footage from 2020 and 2021 captured her twerking at parties, being intimate with another guy, even answering so-called sneaky link messages. But the most damaging leak, Snapchat videos appearing to show her in bed with another man, dated around 2021. Defenders tried to argue it all happened before she and Travis were official, but that only fueled speculation. Was their relationship real, or built on shaky ground from the very start? The impact hit Travis's wallet instantly. The backlash grew so intense, he deactivated his Instagram. A massive loss in today's NFL where players earn hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, through sponsored posts. Right when he needed cash flow the most. One of his biggest revenue streams vanished, and still, Travis stood by Lyanna. His emotional defense proved how deeply the scandals were tearing at both of them. But it also revealed a bigger problem. He wasn't thinking like a businessman anymore. He was bleeding money, trying to keep her happy while the world shredded her reputation. That's not protecting wealth, that's throwing it away.
I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same.
That's walking straight into financial disaster. And then came another twist, whispers that Lyanna might be pregnant. If true, that meant even more obligations stacked on top of no prenup, non-stop scandals, and money already burning away. What looked like a marriage was starting to feel more like a trap, and it wasn't just Stephen A. sounding the alarm. Former NFL stars Des Bryant and Brandon Marshall even jumped in, publicly urging Travis to get out before it wrecked everything.
$300K, my mom's house, my car, Lyanna car, my car, 2 boats. That's just 2 boats. That is $630.
They warned him bluntly. His career, his money, his future, all of it was on the line for someone who might not even be loyal. But just when people thought things couldn't sink lower, they did. The scandals, The reckless spending, the emotional decisions, it was all spiraling toward one outcome: financial collapse. And the free fall was so dramatic that even Stephen A., who's seen decades of athletes go broke, was stunned at how fast Hunter's empire crumbled. By then, the industry itself was paying attention. Analysts, money managers, endorsement insiders, all pointing back to where it began: his relationship with Lyanna. The red flags had been waving from day one, and the timeline told the story of a downfall everyone predicted, except Travis.
It ain't about the money, chat. It's about the girl you have with you. She brings value to me. She makes me money, and she makes her own money. So if we gonna say she a gold digger, make sure you say I'm a gold digger too. Make sure you say I'm using her too, cause she got money.
It all traced back to 2020. Travis slid into Lyanna's DMS. She left him on read for 2 months. Under fire later, her explanation sounded more like an excuse. Critics pounced, reminding people she'd once said Travis wasn't her type. If that was true, why was she tracking his love life so closely? Why suddenly engage only after his football career started to skyrocket? Too many? It looked like she was playing the long game, waiting until his star rose before making her move. She tried to backtrack, saying not my type meant personality, not looks. But by early 2022, they went Instagram official and Travis was already spoiling her with gifts that made jaws drop out at the same time. His nil value exploded after transferring to Colorado, and the timing was too convenient for money. Travis himself admitted he dropped around $635,000 in that early phase alone. The way he brushed it off like pocket change showed how little he grasped about money management. What panicked advisors most was the pattern. Every big purchase circled back to Lyanna: cars, trips, lavish lifestyle, and once that expectation was set, it only escalated. By early 2025, just months into his rookie deal, whispers were already swirling about cash flow problems. Imagine that one of the richest rookie contracts in NFL history, but still living paycheck to paycheck. The gold digger accusations hit full volume. Fans accused Lyanna of draining him dry, while Travis doubled down, insisting she makes some money. Instead of silencing critics, it only made their bond sound transactional, like love was tied to his bank account. By August 2025, the breaking point came. Rumors exploded that Lyanna was quietly preparing for divorce. And here's the kicker: with no prenup, she could walk away with half of everything, including his massive NFL earnings. Insiders warned the potential settlement could gut his fortune before his career even peaked. The red flags weren't just waving, they were smacking him in the face. But by then, it looked too late. The timeline of their relationship painted a picture critics couldn't ignore. From leaving him unread, to the sudden gifts once his money hit, to an engagement timed with his NFL breakthrough, it all looked like a chess game where the prize was his bank account. Veterans and money managers worried most about the dynamic set from day one. Luxury wasn't extra, it was expected. And once that's the baseline, it only climbs higher. Behind closed doors, even the Jaguars were uneasy. Publicly, they supported their rookie star. But privately, coaches noted his focus slipping and his practice riddled with mental errors. The money strain bled into everything. His Instagram, once polished, became chaotic. One week it was flashy cars and trips, the next he was deleting posts and vanishing for days. It painted the picture of a young star trying to fake stability while drowning in chaos. And the trouble wasn't just overspending. Legal landmines piled on. The leaks tied to Lyanna sparked lawsuit, threats, and even bogus cases can cost hundreds of thousands. Whispers grew louder. Insiders claimed bankruptcy protection was even floated, not only for debt, but as a shield in case divorce proceedings hit. Picture that. A 22-year-old millionaire already staring down the nightmare of losing half his fortune before his prime. The tragedy. It was all preventable. The ignored DMS, the not my type comments, the sudden shift when the money came, the reckless splurges. Advisors warned him, veterans warned him, Stephen A. practically begged him, but every warning went ignored. Now, the sports world watches in disbelief as one of football's brightest stars risks losing it all. Not from injury, not from bad investments, but from choices about love, money, and loyalty that could erase a fortune faster than any opponent on the field. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.